Let's talk phone repairs. But forget about your simple cracked screen. We are going way beyond that. We're diving deep into the world of Sydney's most extreme, most unbelievable phone repairs. Seriously, these are the kinds of stories technicians tell each other when they want to talk about the phones that should have been total goners, but somehow weren't. And I'm talking about absolute catastrophes here. This isn't just about dropping your phone from your pocket. We're talking about damage so severe you literally wouldn't believe it was the same device. These are the real trials by fire for a technician's skill, the challenges that push them to their absolute breaking point. So let's get into it. Every single one of these insane repairs, it all starts with a story, usually a wild one that ends with a completely shattered device.
I mean, think about it. A city like Sydney is basically a perfect storm for phone destruction. You've got the crazy crowds at Circular Quay, the chaotic intersections in the CBD, the potential for disaster is just everywhere. And the results? They can be pretty shocking.
Yeah, forget simple drops. We see phones that have had, let's say, up-close and personal encounters with cars, buses, you name it. They show up twisted, bent, sometimes in multiple pieces. The first question isn't even, can we fix the screen? It's more like, is there anything here we can even work with?
And you know, every one of these mangled devices has a story behind it. The phone that got dropped during a Harbor Bridge climb, or the one that decided to go for a swim at Bondi. These aren't just broken pieces of plastic and glass. They're little capsules of memories, of data, that people are desperate to get back. So our job is to piece it all back together, both the phone and the story.
Okay, but before any repair can even start, the real detective work has to happen. We call it the diagnostic gauntlet. This is where technicians have to hunt down not just the obvious damage, but all the hidden problems lurking inside, especially in a phone that's taken a dip in Sydney Harbor.
You know, for a waterlogged phone, it is a frantic race against time, especially with that corrosive salt water. And forget everything you've heard about putting it in a bag of rice. That's not going to cut it. We're talking a complete, meticulous disassembly, then an ultrasonic bath for the main board to get rid of all those mineral deposits, and finally, a painstaking inspection of every single tiny component under a microscope.
And this, right here, is the real challenge. Look, anyone can spot a cracked screen, but what about the microscopic little pathways on the logic board that have completely short-circuited? That's the hidden damage, the silent killer that stops a phone that looks perfectly fine from ever turning on again. It's basically CSI, but on a miniature scale. And here's something you probably haven't thought about. Sydney's climate itself can be the enemy. That humidity we all know and love, it can get inside a phone with a tiny crack, trap moisture, and just create the perfect environment for corrosion to eat away at the internals. Even going from a hot day outside into a cold, air-conditioned office can put stress on those tiny little solder points holding everything together.
So, once the detective work is done, the real surgery begins. Welcome to the world of micro-soldering, folks. This is where repairs are measured in millimeters, and the pressure is just immense.
I'm not kidding. We're talking about working under a powerful microscope with tools that are finer than a human hair. The components are so small that one tiny twitch, or heck, even breathing out at the wrong second, can destroy the whole repair. It can turn a salvageable phone into a permanent paperweight, just like that. Just try to picture this. A critical component, smaller than a grain of rice, is totally fried. Now, most repair shops would just say the motherboard is dead, game over. But with micro-soldering, a skilled tech can go in, delicately remove that one burnt chip, and solder a new one in its place. It's the kind of repair that most people think is impossible, but it's exactly what saves these devices. And this level of skill isn't just for motherboards. When you think screen repair, you're probably picturing a simple swap. But with today's advanced OLED displays, especially on those new foldable phones, oh no, it's like delicate surgery. You're dealing with these incredibly thin panels that have sensors for things like Face ID built right into them. It takes unbelievable finesse to do that without wrecking those critical systems. So all that pressure, all that mind-blowing precision, it all leads to this one moment, the moment of truth. We like to call it the Phoenix moment, when a device literally rises from the ashes.
This is usually where we start. A phone that's been drowned, run over, it's been to other shops, and they've all said the same thing. Sorry, it's dead. Time to buy a new one. All your data is gone forever.
And then you get this. After hours of diagnostics, cleaning, and microscopic surgery, you hit that power button. There's that split second of silence before the screen flickers and then comes to life. Man, there is no feeling like it. The device that was declared a total loss is alive again.
And this is why it all matters so much. It's not just about fixing a piece of tech. It's about recovering years of photos, critical contacts, messages from loved ones. For the owner, getting their phone back isn't just a convenience. It's like they're getting a part of their life back. This is a real quote from a customer, and hearing that, that's the real reward.
But you know how it is. Technology never ever stands still. As our devices get more complex, so do the challenges of fixing them. So let's take a quick peek at what's just around the corner for the world of phone repair. The future is already throwing some new puzzles our way. I mean, how are you going to repair a transparent display without leaving a single mark? Will those modular phones be an easy fix, or are their custom parts just going to create new headaches? And as water resistance gets better and better, just opening a device without completely destroying its seal becomes a highly specialized skill in itself. For these technicians, the learning truly never stops.
You know, these incredible repairs really prove that sometimes what looks like the end of the road is actually just the start of an amazing comeback story. And it makes you think, right? We've all got a horror story about a damaged phone. So what's yours? What's the most impossible phone damage you've ever seen? Let us know. Your story might just be the next great repair challenge.
So you had a phone disaster? Yeah, I came in with a broken camera, totally useless. But David at Sydney CBD Repair Centre was great. Within a day, the part was...
So phone disaster?
Came in with a brick camera. David fixed it in a day. Good as new. Highly recommend.
Our daily superhero, Mr. Repairman, David, is here. Call 8011-4119 now.
My Motorola Edge 50 screen was smashed. David here ordered the part and fixed it next day in 1 hour.
Our daily superhero, Mr. Repairman, David, is here. Call 8011-4119 now.
Wang, tell us about your recent phone repair.
David was super professional. He fixed my Galaxy Z Flip 4 in an hour. I literally walked in broken and walked out perfectly fixed.
Yeah, highly recommend.
If you have mobile phones issue, you can walk in. We're open Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. 6 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. 2 p.m.